嗨，大家好，我是苏珊，欢迎回到我的频道。今天呢，我邀请了一位朋友来录这个影片，原因是因为他有一个很特别的经验，是其他爱尔兰人没有的。那我们就欢迎他。
大家好，我叫Lee，我是爱尔兰人，我是佩玲的朋友。
对。
So Pei Ling asked me to come on today because I had told her that I had done my working holiday in Taiwan before, and so she was really curious to see my kind of experience and what my life was like in Taiwan.
I think most of Taiwanese are really curious about that.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I was the only person on the working holiday visa at that time because this was during COVID too. So yeah, it's not many people know that there is a working holiday visa in Taiwan. So I think my experience is quite special and unique. Yeah.
I only found one Irish one to come to Taiwan for working holiday. So I'm gonna transfer to English mode right now because we only can. So it's good for your listening. So I'll put the subtitle anyway. So let's start it. So right now we are gonna ask you some questions about the working holiday experience in Taiwan. Is that okay for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first question is, why you apply the working holiday, and is Taiwan your first working holiday country?
Taiwan is my only working holiday country. Yeah. It was why did I choose Taiwan? That's a good question. I had previously to Taiwan, I had traveled to China twice before. But I only for visiting. I never really stayed very long. I never did much traveling before Taiwan. I didn't even, which is quite interesting that I would choose somewhere so far away as my first place to live abroad. But I just became really interested in the culture of Taiwan. I started to meet Taiwanese people online, and then I kind of learned more about the situation in Taiwan, and then I learned the politics and how they're very friendly to LGBT people and stuff. And I would always see Taiwan in the news, and I always had a positive image of Taiwan.
Okay.
It seemed like a very, a nice place to live. And from what people were telling me, it seemed like a nice country. And its people, especially, I think, was what drew me to Taiwan.
Okay.
Was meeting Taiwanese people online.
Really positive.
So that was my first experience with Taiwan, was through the people. So I think that's what kind of made me want to start looking at Taiwan as a possible place to live. And yeah.
I think the Ireland for me, because it's the first thing I want to travel the country, speak English, but not Australia, because so many people been there, and I don't know, I just want to escape the crowds and a big population of Asian area. So I choose Ireland, but before I come here, I have no idea where is it, or what's a world that looks like.
That's so interesting. I think it's kind of a similar thing with me, because Taiwan is not a place that so many foreigners or Western people know about.
Yeah,
we only know Taiwan from the news, and it's typically about China and stuff like this, the war. It's not normally a good thing. So most people's idea of Taiwan, it's they don't really know much about Taiwan. So I kind of felt the same way. I felt it was a very special and unique place.
Okay.
That not many other people kind of knew about. So to me, that was also one reason why I felt kind of attracted at first.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of similar to what you're saying, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm right now I live in Dublin since I was working holiday in here. So and as a barista, after 1 year, I still come back for a work permit. So which city you choose in Taiwan? I'm so curious about that. Oh my god. I hope it's not Taipei.
Actually, no, I specifically decided not to go to Taipei because I had read online that, Taipei is this big international city. And again, kind of like what you're saying, you wanted to go somewhere where there's not so many other Asian people. Yeah. I also wanted to go somewhere where there's not so many other white people. So I wanted to see more of the traditional culture in Taiwan. And I always heard the South especially, there's a lot more of the traditional culture kind of preserved and kind of kept in the South. So yeah, it was the adventure, I think.
I think you choose the best city to live with, especially they have a wonderful food there. And I mean, I born from the South part. I couldn't resist that any single time. I miss the food there. So yeah, you made a good decision, I would say. No,
I definitely did, because I did travel to Taipei like once or twice after having moved there, and it was just a very different feeling, very different vibe. It was not Taiwan for me. Like Taiwan for me was what I experienced in the South first, like that really, you know, traditional environment and the food and stuff, like you say. So yeah, I'm kind of happy I decided to go to the South first.
And also, can I ask what kind of work you working holiday there, or you are not working, you just holiday?
That's a good question, because like I said before, I'm pretty sure I was the only person on this kind of visa at that time in Taiwan, because like every job I went to, every school, because I was trying to apply for an English teaching job, and like I would have some interviews and stuff, and like they would say, oh yeah, we like you, we would like to hire you, until I told them my visa situation, and they're like, what is this? Like they'd never seen this kind of visa before. And because they didn't know what it was, like they were kind of not really, they didn't want to deal with the paperwork. They didn't know how.
Yeah, it's quite complicated, I would say.
It is, yeah.
For a foreigner.
Because it's not a very popular or common way for foreigners to come to Taiwan. Most foreigners who come to Taiwan come on like the working visa.
Yeah, they already have that.
Yeah, not the working holiday visa. So yeah, it was kind of, probably that was the most difficult thing for me in Taiwan, was getting a job.
Yeah.
I pretty much couldn't get a job because of this visa. It was really difficult.
I mean, the most of people, as you know, every year there's a 400 of Taiwanese can come to Ireland for working holiday. So at the meantime, all the Irish can come to Taiwan as well, and it will be all the same with like Australia or Canada. If we can go, the people, they can come to Taiwan as well. So I guess there's not so many foreigners come to Taiwan for working holiday. So that's a reason Taiwan is not really good at to deal with this kind of situation.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was quite lucky that I had saved a lot of money before I came to Taiwan.
Yeah.
So I pretty much lived on, it's pretty much mostly my savings that I survived on. I did do like part-time teaching, tutoring, which was an amazing experience for me. I really enjoyed teaching, just doing tutoring and stuff. That kind of just helped pay for my rent and stuff. And then, so yeah.
Lucky you, because he mentioned about me, say he was living in the central of the Tainan city. It's really near Kongmiao, right?
Near Chenggong Dashui.
Oh, Chenggong Dashui, that
very,
area.
very close.
So it is a good area. But after you your working holiday in Taiwan, what's the biggest culture shock for you?
The biggest culture shock.
Okay, I will tell my first culture shock. The first thing is I learned English since I was 4 or 5. But the Irish accent, it just, oh my God, blow my mind. It's not English. Because we learn American English.
Yeah, it's hard.
And it just takes me a month to figure out what are people talking about, especially the North Dublin accent. It's, like, it's not English at all.
Yeah.
And also the thing is, the first day, the culture shock is, it's a huge heavy rain, but nobody wear umbrella.
Yeah, or even a hat, nothing.
Even a hat.
They just go naked and
You just like, shower in the rain anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest culture shock for me.
But in Taiwan, people will wear like the full suits, and like they will wear like all the covering, all the gear when it rains, right?
Yes. So what do you think? What's the biggest culture shock for
the biggest culture shock for me? I think for me it was just the busyness of everything, like, because I come from the Irish countryside, where it's very quiet. Like, maybe you can see like 1 or 2 people just kind of walking or going for a jog, but like going from where I live to Tainan, and in Tainan it's quite crazy. Like the traffic is quite. If anyone's ever been to Tainan, they know what I'm talking about. Like the roads are crazy. Like not having a sidewalk. Like in Taiwan, most of the sidewalk is just like scooters or like restaurants and chairs and tables, and you have to walk on the road, and then there's like scooters going like right beside you.
I'm sorry.
No. Like, I'm not saying it's like a really bad thing. I'm just saying for me, this is something that was very different coming from Ireland. So not being used to this, it took me like maybe a month to kind of get comfortable just like walking. Just walking. Oh my God. Because I was not used to that. It was kind of yeah, it was hard in the beginning, but it got easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you become quite local in the end.
Oh yeah. I could just walk across the road, like I didn't have any care. I was fine after like a month. Yeah. But in the beginning, it was
It's just a shock.
Yeah,
Like,
the scooters and the noise and the traffic and yeah. That was also the people. It's very busy. Because Taiwan's population is like what? It's like
5 times compared with Irish people.
Yeah, and the size of Taiwan compared to Ireland is like
It's 1/5.
Yeah. So when you have like 5 times the population and 1/5 of the size,
Yeah.
it's a very different experience. Yeah.
Do you know how crowded it is?
But then this was also kind of a good thing because this is also what made me want to learn Chinese. I kind of wanted to know more. I wanted to talk to them. I wanted to learn about their lives and
So every day, everything, we just need to wait.